So this is my story how Sparkletts Water stole money from me and then damaged my credit. Sometime in 2016, my in-laws got us one of those water machines, the ones that take the 5-gallon bottles of water. So my wife and I went to Home Depot the next day and got 3 5-gallon bottles of Sparkletts Water. On the receipt, it clearly says we paid a $6 deposit on each bottle. This is also substantiated by the terms of service on Sparkletts' website, which reads,
"You agree to pay a bottle deposit to us for each 3 or 5-gallon bottle you provide, which bottle deposit will be refunded to you when you return each bottle in good condition."
In other words, we return an empty bottle and we get $6 back. So anyway, when those bottles were empty, and instead of going back to Home Depot to get refills, we instead decided to call Sparkletts directly and start a home delivery service. It works something like this. We'd put out our empty bottles and they would replace them with filled bottles. Pretty simple, right? Yeah, as one might expect for water delivery! However, at some point, the Sparkletts delivery guys started dropping off the wrong number of bottles and inventory became difficult to manage, and then I started noticing something peculiar. Their own printed invoices showed that we returned empty bottles, but the refund was $0.00. But the mistake isn't the same on all the invoices either. Here, clearly they refunded our deposit on one bottle, but not the other. Why? How? I thought all this stuff was automated. So anyway, I called customer service and after some back and forth, they said they would credit us back on our next statement. Great, except instead of seeing a credit on my next statement, I saw this. And just look at their delivery tickets. This one says 3 bottles delivered minus 4 bottles returned equals -1 bottle deposits refunded at $0 per unit. I mean, can this even be considered math at this point, or are they just jerking me around? So anyway, each time I caught a discrepancy, I'd call Sparkletts customer service, and each time after a lengthy conversation, they'd apologize and promise to reimburse me. But they never did. After a year of this back and forth, I finally called and canceled the service and charged back the last payment I'd made to my credit card. At this point, I owed Sparkletts $50.11 that I hadn't paid them. I get that. But they still owed me 6 deposits that they kept over a span of a year or so, plus 3 empty bottles I currently still own that they refused to take back as per their own terms of service, all of which totaled $54.00 that they owed me. I ain't no Copernicus, motherfucker, but that looks like they owe me more than I owe them. I really hoped that this might have got the attention of somebody higher up and maybe they would have contacted me, try to resolve this situation, but that never happened. Instead, they just sent invoices one after the other, all with all kinds of added fees and trumped up costs and inflating the outstanding balance well beyond anything reasonable. So I decided if they could be petty assholes and add stupid invoice fees and stupid late fees, then fuck it, I could do that too. So that's what I did. I wrote my own invoice and added a bunch of fees and mailed it to Sparkletts. Well, I didn't actually mail it to Sparkletts directly. I mailed it to their parent company,
DS Services of America.
Operated out of Atlanta, Georgia, the products include Sparkletts, Crystal, Kentwood Spring, the Mountain Valley, Belmont Spring, Hinkley Spring, Fiji, Green Mountain, Starbucks, Folgers, Maxwell House, Arizona Iced Tea, Equal, Splenda, Lipton, Swiss Miss, and this pretentious ass bottle of water right here that comes in a cylinder. What's interesting is
DS Services of America
has an A+ rating from Better Business Bureau, but oh, look at this. Customers rated on an average of 1 star. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's read some. Worst customer service of any company I've ever done business with. Billing errors every month. I expect to call them every month several times and spend a lot of time on the phone with their ignorant customer service. I have been trying since 10/11/17 to contact this company to return my products. I have not received a response, but they did report me to the credit bureau. I've spent hours on the phone and ultimately paid for charges that shouldn't have been charged. They dropped off more bottles than requested to boost their revenue. When you call customer service after holding for 20 minutes, they are no help. They say local rep will call and they never do. I called to cancel my services. 5 months later, I get a call from the collection department saying I haven't been paying for my services. Continuous fraudulent charges to my account. I called the collection agency. They said basically, oh, we get that a lot as a way for them to scam more money out of no delivery. Still charged to the staff and billing director saying they never deliver.
They bill you for things you don't even have and then refuse to reverse the charges.
A+ rating. A+. That's perfect. That's 100%. But anyway, I never received a response back regarding the invoice I sent
DS Services of America.
But I did continue to receive invoices from them threatening to take me to collections. On June 9th, 2017, I called them one last time hoping to resolve this issue for good. I was on the phone for 40 minutes explaining the entire situation again to another customer service person again, and after a heated call, this is what I was promised.
At DS Services, we're committed to providing quality service to our customers.
And I have to take it from ground zero and I have to escalate it up to the branch. And then we have to get approval from the branch because you are talking about a year back. And I have to escalate that to the branch. That's something that the branch can help you with. And I can have them contact you about that issue. Okay, let me put all of this together in a nice, neat little email so that I can send it off to the branch. Okay. I am going to request the branch to give you a call as well about the issue because I can't do outbound calls. And so we did go over your current balance. I did give you the current balance of $86.11. After going over your billing and putting the credits in a nice email to the branch, getting requests for the bottles being picked up and the credit on the account, I did advise you as well that the account is locked out currently, so I cannot schedule something to happen as far as the pickup of the bottles, so the branch has to do that themselves. We did send that email to the branch, and everything is on its way, and the ball is rolling at this time.
So I'm glad this could be resolved, and hopefully it will.
Well, I definitely hope that it will, and you don't have any issues in the future with this situation, okay?
But I never received that call from the branch. In fact, I never received any calls after that, at least not from
DS Services of America.
But on July 19th, 2017, just a little over a month later, I received a call from
Collections Bureau of America Limited,
operating out of Hayward, California. I explained my story again, and he asked if I wanted to dispute this claim against me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I think I kind of do, obviously. The guy said he'd put in that I was disputing the claim and not to worry that they won't hit my credit. But guess what? After hearing nothing from them for almost a year, they hit my motherfucking credit, y'all. Yep, and they claimed I never entered a dispute because, according to them, it was supposed to be mailed in writing. And that's when I was all like,
You better lawyer up, asshole.
I immediately called a lawyer, and it turns out there's something called the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, which forbids certain deceptive tactics taken by collection bureaus, such as not telling me that the dispute needed to be mailed in, or that my credit wouldn't be affected, then doing the complete fucking opposite of that. I had them dead to rights. Yet still, the lawyer explained to me it would cost me more money to hire him than just handling it myself. So that's what I did. I took matters into my own hands, and I wrote a 17-page formal dispute letter and mailed that son of a bitch to
Collections Bureau of America Limited,
all to challenge the claim against me by
DS Services of America.
all over. Now, some of you might be asking yourselves, why go through all this trouble? I mean, is the headache worth the $54 that they owed me? Well, no, not really. Well, not if you're going to look at it in simple, pragmatic terms. So why even do it? Why put myself through this and not just cut my losses when I had the chance? Well, I guess in some ways it's about the principle of the matter. Oh, and of course there's also this.
I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Just think for a second how messed up this is. They can steal your money, then send you to collections and negatively affect your credit, all because you try to get some of your money back. Well, speaking of trying to get some of my money back, I did try one other thing. Remember those 3 empty bottles I still have that Sparkletts refuses to take back? Yeah, well, I tried taking them back to Home Depot to get a refund on the deposits, which they clearly put on their receipt as deposits. Turns out, however, Home Depot doesn't issue refunds. That's right, they don't honor the refunds on the deposits they clearly take as deposits. How is that even fucking legal? I mean, imagine depositing $100 into the bank and then you come back the next day to withdraw that money and the clerk is all like, nope, fuck you, bro. Yeah, that wouldn't be tolerated. So what the fuck, Home Depot? In the end, the Collections Bureau removed the hit on my credit. However, they did not once ever apologize for damaging it in the first place. The same goes for DS Services. Not one apology. In fact, I don't even know if this is all truly over or if they could still put me back into collections at a later date. And there's nothing I can do about it except share my story in the hopes of helping other consumers be aware of unethical company practices like this. And honestly, a part of me hopes they aren't just some unethical company out to steal people's money, and this is all just a simple misunderstanding. I mean, a really unbelievable misunderstanding. It's unlikely, but maybe it's still possible, and I was just some rare aberration. And therefore, it's possible most of their customers are very happy with their service. I mean, I have to assume so, because they're still in business. So yeah, sure, maybe it's possible. And I was just a unique case of a customer falling through the crack. Their mom's crack, bitch.